Hi there. So I took on my first plumbing project. We got this big sink, and plumber quoted like $200 or more, and I just thought I'd save some money and just do it myself. Seems pretty easy, right? You just glue some pipe together, and it's very easy. But one specific issue that I want to talk about is this deep sink that we got. So there's our cabinet, and the original drain copper pipe went in the wall there, and I put in the cabinets first. And once I've put the sink in, I realized that I actually don't have enough room to do the drain piping underneath, because I couldn't get the angle right. These sinks are so low, and I have to have a downward angle on this whole pipe, that the end of it was ending up below the, way below the where the copper is. So one way that I solved that is on this side, to make sure, if you're doing this, to use these guys here. There's ones like this that have this wide side on both sides, and you have to use a connector to join them, so that wastes space. This thing just goes right. There's no connectors, so it goes right in. It's that's it there, right? It goes right in, and you get as tight a joint as possible. And then I saved another at least an eighth, probably a quarter of an inch on this joint. I raised it by actually slicing off a good part of this, because when you insert this into a pipe, so I'll show you. Like when you take a pipe, right? When you take a pipe and you insert this, it doesn't actually go in all the way. You see this line here? That's amount remaining that hasn't gone all the way in, and it's too tight. I can't shove it in there all the way. So that's at least as much as I actually cut off, right, from this part. And once I cut that off, I actually gain a little height when I insert, when I connect this to the sink. But that still wasn't enough. I still couldn't get a good downward angle. Both here, get a downward angle here, and at the same time get a level, get this ABS pipe level with the copper. It ended up being kind of slanted up. So I also did the same thing on this joint here, right? Notice that I made this joint really tight, right? Like, for example, this joint here isn't as tight, but that's wasting space. So this one I did super tight. And I also cut off a good quarter inch of this bottom one, and that allowed this trap to be a little bit higher. And so with this part as tight as I could make it and the trap raised, I'm actually now right perfectly at, this part with the meeting with the copper is fairly level. And the pipe that's going between the sinks is either level or maybe just slightly negative. But this is going to work, right? Otherwise, I might have a problem with water, having a hard time flowing through this. So if you have a similar situation, keep in mind that you can cut these things. They don't, right? These sleeves aren't all used, and there's a lot of room to play with. Each of these joints could be reduced. So you just take a knife like this, right, and you start slicing. That's what I've been doing all day, just slicing, slicing, slicing. I mean, not all day. This didn't take long. But as I was working, I'd take little breaks, and I'd come and I'd keep shaving off until I got the fit right. So hope that helps.